And we're back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So, as we had just left off, you had basically, out of the 5 combatants, you are now left with one unconscious man with a gut wound. Another one very much, how should I put it? Downed by a fist to the face. So, Pax, did you strike to kill, or is that guy still alive?
I did not strike with claws out. I struck with closed fist. I struck. Woo! Language. Let's do this. I struck with closed fist.
Okay, so he's definitely...
in my description, so that one will be bludgeoning and non-lethal.
Okay, yeah, so definitely concussed at the least. Maybe one of you might just have grabbed his leg and pulled him up so that the waves don't lap at his face. Right. As you found now yourselves, as the adrenaline is sort of crashing now, you've gathered a bit, at least your breath back, if not, you haven't short rested. That's something different. But you find yourselves now in the situation where, yes, there might be things to find in the ship itself. So, the question that I have for you friends is, what do you do?
So, what I was trying to say before
Yes.
having the whole system crash is as Pax tells me that there might be some kind of treasure to find in the ship that I very well know, I kind of get a little bit more lively after being super angry against Skerrick. And I first walk towards where the buckle that I took from Pax fell. I pick it up.
It is... No, you do not pick it up. You don't pick up from the ground. No, you remove it from the embedded skull of the fourth sailor.
I like that as well.
In which
he
had
let's
basically
go with that. I like
yes, he death by pilgrim buckle. Yeah.
So I just take the buckle. I run towards Pax again, and then I mend it back into his armor.
Remember, mending. It takes a minute. So you have, for a full minute, Pax, you have this little kobold who's tried to reattach this blood-soaked piece of metal to yours.
If it takes about 1 minute, I'll do it.
No. I'm pretty sure that Gizmo takes the full minute. I'm just wondering if Pax is that patient.
Okay.
I think Pax will first start by staring at Gizmo for an uncomfortable amount of time, and approximately at around 23 seconds, give or take 2, he's just gonna go, "That's awkward. Thanks."
You're very welcome.
Just let him finish.
Okay, so I'll say, no, thank you for providing the, projectile, I guess. And then I just try to walk away, and I literally dive into the wreck of the ship to find stuff.
I will...
Go ahead.
No, I will follow Gizmo, as I understand that he's familiar with the layout of the ship. And, right, do you know where either the kitchen or, the galley, or the quartermaster's quarters were?
And Gizmo, you just point to the fairly quickly sinking aft of the ship.
Okay. You see my scaly finger pointing at, that.
Right.
Is it quickly sinking in, as in literally sinking a meter a second, or is it... would there be time to dive and throw crates out?
There would be time to maybe... the thing is, you realize the explosion started about 2/3 of the ship, probably basically detonating the gunpowder reserves, right? Which means that it is not sinking in one piece. It is sinking completely. The back was stripped. It was stripped away, right? It was splintered away, in a way. So there's not much unless you sort of dive in. But yes, you could dive in, definitely.
From my experience, being sick already, do you get sicker if you end up quickly exposed back and forth?
It's not gonna help.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
I think we might have a better chance to check, maybe, everything else.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
While
I
they
suppose-
turn around for that, Pax is still going to look if he sees any kind of flotsam come out from any wreckage that could be within reach to grab. And while he's doing so, he's tying his 50-foot of rope that he has in his backpack onto a hardened piece of railing that's still there, of the piece that doesn't sink.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see if he can still try to go and grab something.
Astrea has finally joined them aboard the ship, and is looking through and trying to clamber through the ship, seeing if the forward water reserves may have survived, or something that could be salvageable at the front of the ship that we still have.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Make anyone who would want to make me an investigation check, you may do so. We are going to treat this as, we'll look at every individual roll and then we'll just add everything up together, if that's okay with you guys. Okay, so that's a 15 for Pax. So Pax, are you heading out into the water? Into the ether? Look, I'm going to say water or ether, they mean the same thing, okay?
Interchangeable.
Yeah, they're interchangeable, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now we're facing the possibility of starving before the ether sickness takes any of us. So, takes Pax.
Sure, yeah.
So he's really looking for any piece of flotsam, any crate that might be visible within the reach of his 50-foot of rope that he would dive after at that point.
Okay.
Because if he first checks everything else out, that's going to be gone. So it's now or never.
Okay. Farron, what are you looking for?
Okay.
Well, short of access to the galley or the quartermaster's materials, I'm hoping that maybe some of the surgeon's supplies will have floated to the surface. Maybe even, if we're very, very lucky, components of the cure that we so desperately need. But I think with that roll,
no, you're not finding anything.
Much.
Astrea, what are you looking for?
Mainly the water reserves that
water reserves that you mentioned.
But anything that could be useful that I can find.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you're looking for water reserves, you can almost guess the water reserves, as you can see the water seep into the ether and bubbling, and so you have these columns, these short columns of mist or fog sort of exiting from the where you can guess where one of the water barrels burst, for example, or stuff like that. But unfortunately, you haven't found much. Gizmo, what are you looking for?
Before you announce the results or we discuss anything, I want to say I used my second luck point.
Okay.
To give me advantage. I mean.
Okay, that's a 12. Okay.
So, mainly we are here for the components of the cure, even though in Gizmo's list that's second priority after shiny stuff. But, the party is really wants to insist on surviving, apparently, so we will go with that. So anything that can be in the list of the components, which actually I didn't take notes about.
You should have. There's a handout.
Ah, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Also,
so,
freshwater, nuts. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the antidote to the ether poison. I'll put that up on screen again.
So any kamic nuts, merblood petals, or
Yeah. So
anything?
freshwater. So, you can't really find. You haven't found. So there's a couple of things that, as you said, have survived. Mostly, Pax was clearly had the right reflex, which is you wade into the water and try and find any flotsam or sort of crates or barrels, stuff like that. You do find sort of scattered rations and stuff like that. I'll ask you to roll me. Let's see. Roll me 46 for me.
Just 46.
No, Pax, please. 46.
Ah, sorry.
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, you find 19 days worth of rations. And this is very much, these are sort of large crates. So it's nothing of the fresh stuff. It's all the hardtack, the salted meat, this is sort of the stuff that is sort of packed, but sort of light enough to float. So it's not going to be very, very nourishing. But it will allow most of you to survive for a few days at least.
Better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. You're missing fresh water. But again, on the fact that there's greenery on top of the hill might on the top of the island where you are might indicate that there might be a small water portal there. However, and for Gizmo, you as you're searching through, I think that you find yourself very quickly. That 12 allows you find things, but I think you're very quickly distracted by the shinies. And you actually find among the front of the ship was where a lot of the sailors' effects were. And while a lot of that is in disarray, and most likely the 4 that were here were probably already doing their share of looting. But you find pretty much, you'll find sort of earrings, amulets, rings, and stuff like that for about 50 gold pieces. But the big thing that you find is actually it's maybe half the size of you, but you find a intact keg of black powder.
Oh. Okay.
And well, while you do find water skins. A lot of them are. I mean, you find maybe a handful, right? So the bigger barrels have been. You find. Let's see. I'll roll a d4. Yeah. You basically within each you find maybe a dozen water skins, but a lot of them were either being were not fully filled up, or have been drunk into. So you manage to sort of, from one to the other, you manage to fill up what the equivalent of 2 water skins, which will allow you to maybe, for a person to drink fully for about, I think what water skin is about, it's a full day's worth of water, I think.
Okay, and that's clean water, right?
Yes, that would be clean water, yeah.
And did you give a value in gold of the
50
to the
50
around 50? Okay.
Yeah, in total, right? And it's assorted. A lot of it are trinkets worth maybe a couple of silver. So there's a lot. And so as all of you sort of bringing back to bring your findings, you see basically Gizmo decked in silver chains, small tin cups filled with a couple of coins and stuff like. And you go, He looks like he just won at a poker game. And to anybody who says, "What were you looking for?" He goes, "Oh wait, I find something else." And the keg, the black powder keg.
So, can we fit everything that we found on our little?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have barrels for those for stockage.
Yeah, I mean yes, I would say you have enough. I mean, technically, you could just have Gizmo sit on one of the crates, and it's not going to take much more space then.
Very true. This was the island where we saw those flowers on.
Yes, so this is the ridge on which you are right now, actually. So right here.
I'm basically Pax is basically gonna start scanning to find one of those merblood flowers.
They are. Let's see. Maybe I have a description here. Let's see. Right. So they are in opposite, is sort of in contrast to the black, almost glassy ridge on which you've crashed, or on which the ship crashed. They're fairly easy to spot. You'll see they usually grow in the sort of in the cracks where the ether has a tendency to lap in and stay for a while before sliding out. They are of a teal and purple coloration, and they're called merblood flowers because supposedly that's what the local merfolk's blood would be of that color. So it does have this sort of shimmering quality to them, quite distinctive. And yeah, you find them fairly easily. You can just grab a handful of them.
I think Pax is going to, as quickly as he can, gather as many as he finds.
Mm-hmm.
Since the antidote requires those petals, he's not really caring much for the roots. He's just trying to gather up more than would be necessary for one antidote, to be sure. Just
Astrea is probably helping and also gathering, because we've got objectively a lot of antidote to make. So, that's simply going to be gather. I don't think any flower survives with any of the petals intact.
Fair enough.
So we need fresh water and kamic nuts.
So you already have a kamic nut. You already have a couple of kamic nuts.
Oh, right.
For the fresh water, I hold up like the 2 water skins, like very proudly holding them, and I'm like, "We got clean water. We have it."
Yes. However, I am going to look around and see if we spot a water source nearby. Eventually asking for the compass, because if there are flowers growing here, there must be a source of water somewhere.
No, so the flowers are almost native to. They are native to the Aetherial Expanse.
Okay.
They're native.
Oh.
They appear here. But what I'm saying is about the vegetation on the island itself would.
On the bigger island.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's vegetation, that means there's soil, and there is a source of water there.
Okay. We'll have to cross over to the island to find a better water source.
Wouldn't we have enough to start on brewing an antidote, which still takes an hour, for the most critical among us to be cured and in better health to find more ingredients for other antidotes?
Do we have any notion of how much antidote or how much one of each would make for?
I would say, as of now, you with I'll put it this way. Yes, you do have, and you would have enough water to, and enough components to make an antidote for about a dozen people, right? All, all encompassing. But that also means that you have nothing left else.
Okay.
So it would still sort of use up your water, your full water supply would go into curing. That means that you do not have any fresh water to actually survive going forward.
That's why I'm thinking using enough to cure a small group that can then carry the rest of the water to delve deeper into these isles to find a spring or something like it.
What about using half, enough for 6 people? That way we can cure the more. Technically, I would say let's cure ourselves. And then bring back the rest to the rest of the stranded people. That way, at least we make sure that we don't hit any snags and that we are able to go back and cure the rest.
Astrea,
I
was it?
understand.
Yes.
You were from the Which ship were you sailing on again?
The EMS. Acquisition.
Wasn't that halfling we met on the beach one of yours? From a different ship?
Possible.
Could we entrust him with the last 2 antidotes?
I don't know him. I don't know his reputation. He looked pretty ready to take care of everyone.
Seems like our best option, no?
Probably.
I mean, given how quickly this progresses if left untreated, the disease is going to be a problem long before the lack of water becomes one. We can still handle about 2 days without water. We cannot handle that much without being cured. So I would argue that the cure.
Forget us being able to do anything on the 3rd day without water.
So-
We'll be delirious and unable to process anything efficiently. 2 days.
Then we know what we have to do, don't we? Let's head back.
Technically, wait a minute. Looking at the map, it would be more efficient to step on to Tektite Island, grab the water, fill the barrels, and then go back. We've got literally less than an hour of navigating to get there. We had. How long did we have to go back to the island where everyone is stranded?
You tell me. Oh, how much time to go back?
Yeah. Because there was a current coming in.
Yeah,
so
it would take.
We have to fight the current on the other way around.
More or less. I mean, it's still what 2-3 miles of water. So it'll take a good hour, maybe if not 2.
And how long have we been on this outcropping? Search included?
I would say with the battle, the whole thing up until now, maybe you're coming up at the end of hour 5, so beginning of hour 6.
Alright. I defer to your judgment in this.
I think the most efficient choice would be to first go to the nearby island, see what we can find in natural resources, and then go back with the ability to heal everyone.
Farron and I will bring the dinghy overland to be on the other side for a shorter trek so we don't have to sail around this rock. You guys prepare the supplies. Farron?
Sounds about right. I'll try and find something worth scavenging in terms of supplies as we go. Might still find something interesting.
Just help me with the dinghy.
Yeah.
And Pax moves away from the other two, with Farron in tow, I think.
Yeah, I would go along.
Essentially tugging the rope of the dinghy, pulling it on land just to try and get it across this rock cropping rather than sailing all around to be facing Tektite Island.
Cano style, just turn it over, carry it on your shoulders.
Pretty much that's what they're doing. And while both of our heads are inside the hull of the dinghy, interesting that first mate got killed with the same wounds as those guys we met you with.
Yeah, still trying to figure that out.
Did you lie?
Sorry?
Did you lie?
No, I did not. Believe it or not, this is as confusing for me as it must have been for them.
How do you cut without knowing you're the one that swung the blade?
Hopefully, I'm going to figure that out in the next couple of days. Get the feeling that it's going to help me stay alive if I do. But as far as I can tell, I wanted to have a weapon to defend myself, and I did. I don't know how this works.
And you want your muscles to carry your weight?
Focuses on kind of like his body to try and see if that changes anything. Nope, that doesn't seem to work that way. Good thought though. Could have been fun. I can assure you I didn't mean them any harm, and I don't mean any to you. I didn't lie. It's just, I suppose I must have thought I was in danger.
Fun thing about these islands, I'm sure you know. We're all in danger.
How long have you been in the islands?
These? First time here. The seas, well... I've been on the deck of a ship more than I've been on solid land.
Started young?
As far as I can remember.
Well, funnily enough, same for me. Cool. Of course.
Strange then to feel danger where you felt safest before, don't you think?
Oh, you assume that I felt safe. I don't remember much past the last 5 years. I wasn't always a cook, you know. Funniest thing is, I'm not quite sure what I used to be. But you make do. You survive.
You're
You do
useful.
what you have to.
And that does a lot.
Careful down the ridge.
And we move on with the boat.
as well, the four of you sort of clamber. By the way, what do you do with the? So technically, you have two people that are alive with you. Both of them are resting comfortably. Let's put it that way, in their each in their own way, koban. Do you grab them? Did you leave them there? What do you do with them? Do you plan to just come back for them? I just need to know how many bodies I need to put in where.
That's ominous. I'm thinking if we're going to Tekite Island, we would cross on the smallest crossing from this rock outcropping. And when we're going to go back to Flow Island, we're essentially coming past the tip of this rock outcropping area. So in order to save us speed, we could leave him here. Go to the Tekite Island, and on the way back, get him on board and continue to flow, because it's a straight line as well.
Yeah. I will say that I'll just draw here, but you do have a you do have a feeling that as you're looking through the flotsam and that kind of thing, there is a sort of a this kind of movement to the current. So there is, I guess it would be like this. But that's for later. But yes, there is that sort of swirl in that particular way. So yes, going airward to from Teklit to Flow would be the way to go. As there is a way for you to sort of cross past. To get the current on the other side of it, basically. You manage without too much effort to cross off. So I will remember. Just go.
I guess it's not to scale, and we can just put the dinghy in between the two islands and use it as a bridge.
The scale is below. That's we're talking about miles.
Scale, yeah.
Yeah.
Would that
Just
be fun?
kidding. Just kidding.
But as we go down the ridge, I did say that I wanted to look around and see if I see any further supplies or anything that could have been useful.
All of you, make me. You can make me perception checks. And if you are, and you can always decide if you wish to just take the 10 and give me your passive. That is, but that's before rolling. Okay.
I'm gonna forego a perception check because Pax is actually interested in his conversation with Farron and will be pondering on what was said at that moment.
Farron, why'd you roll twice?
I didn't. I think I must have missed
No
it
worries.
the first time.
17.
17, yeah.
I think it's Farron. I think it's as the moment where, I guess Astrea, what's your passive? 16, right?
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't hear it. Was your suggestion to use the passive instead of
You could, yeah.
rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, then I would have gone for the passive, but I was too quick before you...
Yeah. So, of course, when you're using the passive, I'm not going to tell you what you see. I'm going to tell you, basically what you might think of, it'd be something out of the corner of your eye or some kind of instinct or whatnot. But there's definitely a moment where, as the two boys are sort of hauling off the canoe itself across, you and Gizmo are pretty much handling the crates, going from one part to the ridge to the other to sort of lighten the load. There's a moment where you do feel. I'll say this. You look to the ship and you realize something catches your attention. There's a bit of movement or something along those lines. You're not exactly sure. But you do realize that one of the corpses so the guy with the shoulder
Uh-huh.
is no longer near the ship where you left him.
Oh no.
No, it's gonna be a heads up, guys. We might have wandering corpses or people who aren't really dead. And I point out the missing corpse.
Huh. Is that a thing around here? The dead walking.
Not usually, to my knowledge.
I look at Pax and I like,
Did you eat him?
No, still hungry.
Ah, okay.
Wouldn't have anything to do with ether sickness, would it? He slid into the water. I don't know, dissolved. Would be awfully fast, though.
Doesn't sound like it's safe to stick around.
I think bonus action consciously this time is going to attempt to manifest that strange blade of his. Just have it out.
Actually, if you wish, if Farron invokes the right of prize, if you want for Fluff to actually use that arcane focus style hilt, take it. As in, maybe you've taken the first mate's weapon, if Gizmos allows it.
I didn't get the.
Basically, I'm giving Farron the half blade, which is basically an arcane focus. If he wishes to use a, but of course, I don't know if Gizmo would say no. This is my shiny, or Pax. Maybe Pax through him is like, yeah, I know you did this, so here's your prize. I don't know.
I don't think I would have anything against it.
Okay.
Sure. Well, grabs it, tests it for balance. It's still very.
There's no balance. It's not a blade. It's literally a hilt, a handle, and an inch of metal going up.
Well, this should be different. All right then. Shall we try not to run into any corpses?
As you move to the this time your stay on water is fairly short, right? You just move off, kick off from the ridge, and sort of move into the larger island. Now, Tektite Island, named like that for basically its sand. While the ridge you had a little bit of sand, this one is made of these small shards smoothed by the ether and by friction and by general erosion into these beads of glass. And so as you're walking, again, that clinking sound as you're moving about shards of broken glass. Let's see. Yeah, I've got a description somewhere here. No? Guess not. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, strewn across the black sand shore of this island are fist-sized bulbs of coarse black glass. A copse of jungle trees occupy the center of the island. Now, again, protected by the ridge, there's less flotsam here, but who knows what you might find sort of floating about and sort of strewn along the sand. Are you looking for anything?
Are there any remains also of the naval battle, kind of like that have kind of like run ashore over here?
That's what I'm saying. Is that if you want to make a search, go ahead.
I will try once again. Supplies are the priority. Trying to find if there's any water barrel, any cask of supplies that have maybe swum ashore. Investigation or perception?
Let's make this. Let's see. Let's make this an investigation.
Coming right up.
Oh, nice. Okay. Interesting. So I think maybe you're the first one to jump off the boat onto the shore, and as you're looking about, like I said, the shore here is fairly clean of flotsam, or if there's anything, it's older. It's already sort of worn and polished, so nothing from the naval battle just yet, but you do find traces of maybe some older wood, which is weird, as it's already dried and such. But as you're looking about, you do find among the reflective spheres of glass a reflection of a different hue, more clear. Instead of black, it looks to be glass of a greener variety.
Anything I would have already seen before?
You? Most probably, yeah.
I approach and investigate closer.
As you move up a bit further, you realize that what you're seeing is the back end of a bottle.
Hello. How long have you been in there? And I start slowly dislodging it, hoping that the glass isn't chipped or anything.
So the glass is not at all. I mean, the glass seems intact. Actually, you know what? I've got a map here. So let's do this. While we're doing that, what are the others doing?
Pax is going to not stray too far, at least not out of vision, out of eyesight from the others, but go up and down the coastline looking for any traces of his ship or people from his crew. Since we saw we just saw Gizmo's ship, which is also an INS ship. He's hoping to find traces of the Triumph nearby.
Okay. Unfortunately, where the battle was set, you would most likely find the battle was mostly a waterward, which means that any flotsam would have been either in the general area that you've already explored. There wouldn't be anything this far out. The reason why you found the ship, Gizmo's ship, was because they moved in with the current into the center of these islands, inside the reef. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of chance of finding anything here. However, as you're sort of looking about, for the case of the map, because I use the map that I have, there's just further up, you can see out of the crops of bush, there are sort of high bushes, right? These are mostly fronds and other sort of jungle brush, and there's a bit of movement coming in just to the north of you. Farron is a bit too occupied stooping onto the beach, looking at something that he's found. But what you see coming out from the brush is a squat figure, quadruped, large shoulders, snout with tusks, as a large boar comes out, sort of ambles outwards. And as it comes in, it charges. Let's
It
roll.
charges Farron at that moment. It's charging Farron or me?
It is charging Farron, yes.
All right.
Of fucking course it is.
As he starts charging, I'm immediately drawing my longbow. Too far off.
Okay, let's you are on the map.
I'm not that far away.
Let's move the people to the map as well. And let's roll for initiative, please.
Let's go.
Oh, nope, you don't.
Oh, come on. Oh, come
Astrea's
on.
Reaction.
Nice.
I will say this, people.
Seriously?
Sorry. No, I need to select the
Select,
token.
yes, select and click.
Okay, that's good because that would have been a natural one.
I shouldn't have selected my token.
Right, Farron. Remember, you are alert, which means that you
True.
are allowed to beg somebody to act in their space.
Okay, given that I'm about to go the way of Robert Baratheon, is there any chance that someone might want to switch?
Nice. Nice one.
Gizmo, Pax, anyone you want to cede their spot to Farron?
It's not that much of a difference right now, but
I can swap. It's fine.
Okay, Pax, thank you. That would actually be.
That was
Great.
Gizmo.
That was Gizmo. So, Farron and...
Sorry, I wasn't seeing you on camera right there.
It's okay though because I'm definitely not surprised as I come out of the bushes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, fair point.
And I love the fact that we're still waiting for Farron to act first with a +5 to his initiative.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not on my watch, young boy.
I'm telling you, the roles are balancing out. Yeah, let me know where I'm at initiative wise.
You were at 12. So the Pax, you were first to act, then Farron, then the boar, then Gizmo and Astrea.
Okay.
Reminder, folks, I'm still very much hurt.
Jesus.
Yeah, Pax very much
Jesus, haven't you healed yourself?
acknowledges in that moment that Astrea is not looking good. Gizmo still has some scrapes and some dried blood on his skin, and he's seen Farron being assaulted from his blind angle. Pax is essentially going to charge the boar.
Okay.
As he's running in, because I can run all the way up to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be... Yeah, he's going to punch the boar.
Punch the boar. Let's
Fair
go
enough.
and punch
Run in.
the boar.
As he runs past, Farron's like, "Heads up, human!" And fist up, going to slam the boar.
Okay, go for it.
It's a 20 to hit.
You're gonna make me wonder why I spent this much time setting up this map, aren't you? Do the damage. Okay, that's a 6. Thank you.
As long as I don't make you wonder why you invited me at your table, it's fine.
Yeah, don't worry. I was about to say something that I would regret. Yeah, so that's 6 damage. The boar is not yet bloodied. Though... No, it's not. Okay. Farron, you're up.
Yeah, just seeing like essentially like a tank of meat kind of like rushing me, kind of like, nope, and kind of like slashes at the boar for an eldritch blast.
Go ahead.
Because what else are you gonna do? Warlock's gonna warlock. Where we are. Here we are.
Okay, that is a 21 to hit, and that's 1 damage, which means the boar is now bloodied.
Nice.
1 damage. Yep.
Yeah, but you know what? Boars have a thing where when they are bloodied, all their attacks are made with advantage.
Let's go.
Sounds about right.
So it's gonna be the boar's turn.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. That's a 7 to hit.
Yeah. Basically.
It Pax, as it sort of swipes at you, you almost realize it looks like if it looks drunk. Basically, there's no other real way of saying it. It looks like it's wandering. It's hitting you to defend itself or sort of to move you out of the way. You're not exactly sure what's going on, but it doesn't look well. Gizmo, you're up.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not close enough to get to the guy. Oh wait, I've got a crossbow actually.
Yeah, you do.
Well, that changes things. I can just stroll up to here, and then I'll roll it.
That is a 9. That is not enough. As you fumble the crossbow, which you remember having now, and you're going. Most likely, you picked it up somewhere in the ship, but you haven't taken the time to recalibrate it, and so it sort of sticks, and you're not exactly sure what's going on. Is that your full turn?
It pretty much is. Yes.
Okay. Astrea, you're up. Astrea?
She looks very focused.
Yes.
Sorry.
So focused I
Astrea
can.
is go
ahead.
Astrea is going to stay hidden behind everyone and just unleash Toll the Dead on the creature.
Go ahead, do that.
I am hoping that wisdom is not its strong suit.
It is not, no.
Oh dang, you're kidding me.
Wow.
This is the session where we decide the signature spells of our characters.
I hope not.
So that's 1. As it falls on deaf ears. The bell doesn't. Right. Yes. Well. Pax, you're up.
When you're saying the boar looks drunk in the way that it's moving, does it look distraught, or does it just really look unfocused and frenzied?
It looks unfocused. Frenzied, it is, right? It's but it almost feels like it's trying to get that it's. Make me an animal handling check.
All right. Great.
Yep, no idea. It looks frenzied.
Punch it in the snout.
Yep, you punch it in the snout.
No real boars have been harmed in the making of this RPG.
12 is a hit. Go ahead.
Right.
Yes, you punch. Is that a punch? Yes, that's a punch.
That's a punch. That's max damage on a punch.
You basically catch it in the ear. You hear it the skull crack, and it drops to the floor, onto the sand. But as it does, you can just see coming out of it as it falls to the floor, mouth open, tongue lagging. There's just that little bit of ether mist that escapes from the throat and just slithers back to the sea. As you look closer to it, maybe looking through its eyes and whatnot, you can see that underneath the fur, some of the skin has started to gone a bit translucent and have that teal and purple coloring. The tongue is almost see-through, and the eyes are completely glazed over. This animal is suffering from severe ether poisoning.
Probably not a native one then.
I don't have a good feeling about this.
And wait, you said we know the boar came from the vegetation, basically.
Yes.
Didn't?
Yeah.
Well,
Now,
I wonder if the water supply is contaminated. Only one
That
way
would
to
be a
find
problem.
out, or
If
we
I-
cut our
if-
losses and move on.
Mr. Master, if I check my astral compass,
yes, there is. Yes, there is a source on this island, and it's pointing you to the center of the jungle. Yeah.
okay. Well, I just point to the compass and say to everybody,
Well, at least there should be some kind of source of water, but I
Let's
don't
go
know.
and check.
Yeah. Do any of you think we have time to rest a little? Because looks over at Astrea. Feels like getting patched up might not be a bad idea before we get further into that points at
I
the
would.
wall of vegetation.
What's
I would
everyone's clock
appreciate
at?
it.
Because I'm hardly watching mine because I've got a lot of hours.
Yeah, you've got 24 hours more than anybody.
I've got 46
It's
right
6
now.
basically. We're at hour 6.
Yeah, but what is your clock?
32.
25.
I'm good.
Cool.
If we are at hour 6, then I am at 20 hours.
20 hours left.
20 hours left.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, left. So no, left for me would be 19.
Yeah, so you're good.
Left for me would
Okay.
be 28. 20. A little bit less.
Dear GM, you said that all of us essentially know how to make this antidote, right?
Yeah, more or less. It's like I said. It's fairly simple to make. This is something that is. It's a nursery rhyme for anybody who's been here more than a couple of years. At any moment in time, you've sort of prepared it. Now, of course, it's like any other remedy. You'll find anybody can prepare it, but it's nobody's gonna have full efficiency, right? Anything that a remedy that you would buy in a shop from an alchemist would be much more effective with regards to, it'll be the size of a pill or something like that. This one you might actually need to, it's not as diluted, not as concentrated.
I'm just thinking I have no benefit to rest now, so I could keep an eye out. But I could also brew
if you
antidote
guys
for each of us.
If you guys decide on a short rest, the brewing of the potion can be part of it.
I don't need, mechanically don't need a short rest. So
Don't you get the second wind on a short rest?
all of it is long rest.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you regain 1 expended use? Oh, that's... Ooh. I do.
Nice. Well, I mean, short rest is always a good idea.
Okay.
I
Fair.
suggest we do that then and brew 1 antidote for each of us, so we don't have to worry about that right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be. I think that you would have off the ship. You would have found a small cauldron or something in which you could have prepared the brew fairly easily. Yeah. Hey, Farron, don't you have that in your equipment as a cook? Oh no, you didn't take the chef background.
No, not the chef.
Okay.
No.
We can empty the powder keg and use that one as
Yes, absolutely.
It's gotta be an explosive.
Yeah, empty the powder keg,
remedy.
put it on the fire.
Exactly.
I love Gizmo. He's got the greatest ideas.
I know.
11 days!
All right.
Farron, do you want to have a look at that bottle while we do that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So we take a short rest, like we agree on.
Yeah, sure. You can
Okay.
definitely take a short rest here right now.
Yes.
That feels good.
Take.
Yay.
Wait a minute. Does that?
Oh, it doesn't add it to the...
No, it does not add it automatically. That is one thing that D&D Beyond has never... at least it does the whole thing. Well. Yeah, good dice rolls. Yeah. Farron, you find that the bottle has been. It's an old bottle. Spirits, most likely. You know, the dark green glass, sort of strong glass. And inside, you can just make out, not liquid, but you can actually make out something solid inside.
Solid.
Most likely looks like a rolled piece of parchment.
Huh. Yeah.
You can actually see that the cork is been sealed with wax, and at some point there might have been something that was sort of pressed into it to sort of make sort of like a seal of some sort, but its time in the sand has sort of eroded that part away.
Okay, well, I will try to very delicately try to pop it open, or at least loosen the cork enough to extract it.
I mean,
keeping the bottle pointed away from me in case there's some fumes or whatever inside.
Fair enough. Okay. Now it's you actually have to bring out a small penknife or something along the lines, because you sort of have to peel off the sealing wax on top. As you pop the cork, there's air inside, right? This is, and as you sort of reach in, it takes a little bit. Maybe you ask Gizmo with those long fingernails of his to sort of peek in it and pull it out, but you do find a note. And I will show you that right now.
Ooh.
So to those listening, I am Emil Markov, captain of the Legend. My ship has run aground on a reef bordering the earthward island of Shipgrave Reef. To any Drake, Imperial, or merchant that finds this message, we beg your aid and rescue as we seek shelter on this island.
This is the guy we were looking at.
Yes.
We were looking for in the beginning,
Absolutely.
right? Like the merfolk guy. Okay.
This is at least some proof that you are in the right spot for the treasure that cost the Expanse 6 ships.
No.
All right.
Well,
they're looking for help.
Now, this bottle is old. As in, not years old, but this is not recent to you,
Okay,
right?
okay.
This is not come out. This is maybe a couple of months, if not more. The way it's dug into the sand, it's been here a while.
Okay,
They've
so
taken refuge on the island. Might
they're
still have.
either dead, or an extra few days won't change anything.
Regardless whether they're dead or not, it would be nice to get off this place. Anything other than empty-handed, no? The legend is the ship that was lost here.
Yeah, I'm just saying we still have... Our priority is still the antidote first, and then we can try and find ways to explore the other islands.
So, in short, the antidote comes fairly quickly, right? It's you powder the nuts, put in push in the fresh water. Wait, I think you've got the
Press the juice out of the petals.
Yep. Fire to simmer the liquid for 1 hour and changes color from green to clear. Now you've got you've gathered enough nuts for the 4 of you. But you can already see that in the jungle ahead, you can actually see a couple of trees that are also that will.
No,
also
we didn't
be
get
able
any
to
of that.
provide.
Sorry.
Yeah. You're cutting out on a fairly regular basis.
Yeah.
It's usually 1 or 2 words, but
Okay. I'll repeat it for my players because you at home heard everything. You have enough for you 4 when it comes to the enough nuts. If you want to be able to heal the others, there are more additional nuts in the jungles here. You can already see some of the trees where you could find some, but it will need you to take some time to go in and pluck them, basically.
Okay.
So yes, consider the 4 of you cured. For now,
Nice.
as in any dip in the ether will push push that back. As you
Well, wait, any dip or any drink? Because
one or
Do you
the
want
other.
to try now that you're cured? You want to test it?
There is something to be said, which is about the feeling. It's Astrea, Pax. These are no longer strange sensations, right? Each of you has felt this before, but it's very much that as you ingest the potion, there's a sort of a rumbling. Any parts of you that had been affected by the poison, by the ether already, for Gizmo, Farron, this would be the inside. You basically feel sort of like a bubbling, like a fizzing sensation all across your esophagus, down to your stomach and through your guts, right? And you can actually feel that ether sort of bubbling up to the surface, and at some point you just exhale this purple tealish mist out from your mouth, and it just floats back towards the ether. Astrea, same thing. Pax, you have a different relationship to ether poisoning.
Yes, sir.
Can you describe what happens?
Pax does join in the end with exhaling a little bit of that vapor, but before that happens, as he drinks it down, you see starts flexing his claws a bit more, and the translucent tips of his fingers crack ever so slightly further, not far, just a light millimeter further in his finger, and his frills briefly disconnect for just 3 or 4 centimeters and going back. And I'd say Astrea, with a high passive perception, you would notice little see-through holes like in between the folds of his frills before they go back to rest. He looks more uncomfortable with the antidote, but still willingly takes it.
okay, interesting.
So, with a potential, well, what do you do with the board? Do you throw it in? Do you throw it to the ether? Do you save it up for butchering?
Sure,
I mean, if it's
It's a whole boar, so
if it's got ether poisoning, you just are looking for a repeat.
It's gonna be fine. We can cook it.
Technically, it's not an ether beast, which means that the ether's influence is going to be less integrated into it. So it would be, yeah, you're pretty sure that, well, you don't eat the guts, most likely, but the meat should be good. At least if prepared properly or with some caution, yeah.
Well, we have a cook, don't we?
I could try.
We do.
I suppose I could try.
Will it fit on the boat with the other 2 prisoners?
If we butcher it here and store it in the container, we might be able to save a lot of the meat.
We also need nuts and water.
Yeah, the nuts are not going to take that much space up. But the water, we have a whole barrel dedicated to water, right? We had 4 barrels on the ship. On the boat.
You had one large barrel that was for water.
Mm-hmm. But we had at least 2 others that were for knickknacks and whatever else we could find, if I remember properly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I forgot Gizmo. As you're looking through the knickknacks and other things that you found, right? You just sort of grabbed a couple of jewelry boxes or stuff like that, small chests that were. In one of them, as you open it, you find a wooden. It's sort of whittled wood of a small. It looks like a ship, but instead of the sails, it has a large balloon-like structure above it.
I don't really get what you're trying to describe.
I promised you by episode 2 a skyship. And it's your own now. It's yours and yours alone. Because the other 3 were too cowardly to accept the bluff that you tried.
So it's a small.
It's a small,
like
yeah. It's still unpainted.
Nice.
It's still very much, but as in, and yes, it comes with in the little box. You can see that most likely one of your crew mates was maybe whittling this as a toy for somebody or whatnot. And so you have the skyship and the little whittling tool in the same.
See, guys, if Gizmo was real in this moment, he would tell you, "I told you."
I told you.
Nice.
Let it be known that your GM answer is up to answering wishes in a very monkey paws version.
Fair enough.
Right.
I was worried about you bringing a skyship to attack us, so this is a win.
This is a very big win.
I was literally interpreted as receiving a skyship to the face. Literally.
Yep, that could have been an option. Right. Short rest is taken. You are cured, at least for the 4 of you. Yeah, from what you understand, you've had to. This is not as concentrated as anything that an alchemist would make. So you'll probably have to brew a whole new batch for the survivors at home, if home is what you might call it. So the question is, what do you do now?
We need nuts, water, and cutting up the boar.
I can start cutting it up and trying to preserve the meat. There's some stuff that we can use for jerky. There's some stuff that we can use for stews and preserved meats. I'm probably going to need. And he starts looking at the jungle, trying to spot some leaves that can be used for wrapping, etc. Sort of, I see him switch into kind of like a very logistics-oriented thinking before pausing and oh yeah, and we need water in order to not die within the next 48 hours. So there's that.
I think at that point, Pax will turn to Astrea, almost very organically. Well, you've taken command on the beach before, haven't you? I think it's easier if someone says what we do rather than the 4 of us discuss it.
The next steps are butchering that boar. Farron, you feel confident about that?
Yep, pretty much. If we are not worried about being spotted, I can try and smoke them or maybe dry them on some fire, but other than that, I can also pack them up into some leaves for later use.
I would pack them in a barrel and smoke them once we're back. We have more people on the other side, and it's gonna take a long time. We need to find water and the nuts. Farron, you have the astral compass?
No, that would be who has that
Is
right
it
now?
Gizmo or Pax?
Still
I have
Gizmo.
the compass.
It's
Yep.
Gizmo. Gizmo, you're on water duty,
Okay.
but Pax and I are going to come with you. Or should we leave one of us on our own, or should we divide into two groups?
We
Instead
don't
of
know
three and
what
one.
happened to that corpse.
Yeah.
Look at the delight on our DM's face right now as the party is talking.
Yeah. I'm just calculating the odds. Gizmo Pax, is one of you able to identify the trees and the nuts we need? Because in my mind, I was the one who was able to identify them. I don't remember and Farron got up the tree and actually got them.
The nuts are fairly. Once you've actually seen them, they're fairly typical.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be very difficult to find them.
Okay. Then Pax and Gizmo, you go scavenge for the nuts and find their water source. Identify if it's still usable and drinkable. And get that taken care of. I'll stay and help Butcher and keep an eye out for any trouble here on the beach. I actually have a pretty good survival, so I guess that dressing game would be along Astrea's alley as well.
Is there a way, like, is the barrel crafted in such a way that I could tie my rope in between some of the braces to have the barrel on my back?
I mean, we're sailors. If we can't rig a decent knot
Good point.
and wait
I
to
rig myself
transport
a knot to have the barrel around my back because we need to be able
Yeah.
to transport it as well. So,
Okay. Yeah, I think it's it's so you two separate. Astrea, Farron, you stay on the beach. And Pax and Gizmo head up into the jungle.
Yep.
Right. Let's start with the two going up. As you move into the jungle, you follow you follow the clear signs of the war, basically. Right? You can see that it's, while you don't actually see any other population, you do see the boar's destruction in a way, right? Uprooted moss. You can see that it's been here a while among the trees trying to feed itself, but it seems to be alone, or at least the only member of its species present. As you're looking in, you do find it takes you. Well, I guess you've got the compass, right? So you're just following the compass, so it's not necessarily a problem for you to find. There's a small, maybe sort of small. It's not a clearing, per se. It would be a small pond, if that. But you can see that the roots of the different trees sort of have. You would miss it if you had not the compass, as the roots of the trees have almost sort of covered it, almost avariciously, to try and sort of get as much of the roots into it. You can see that there's a hole that has been sort of carved into it by the boar trying to get at this water. The water is clear in itself. As you look to it, it's going to fill your barrel. Definitely. It just take a little bit of time to sort of scoop it up and put everything in, pull out the barrel, but you have your water supply.
Nice. Okay.
The same thing with the nuts.
Probably drank from the sea out of thirst.
No, well, the boar most likely made it into the water here.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, maybe it got poisoned because it was swimming from somewhere else. Or it just appeared here. Who knows? Maybe it decided to go drink the slightly purplish waters. What you do find is, with regards to the nuts, it's not that you need to find them; they're there. It's the amount of time that you're going to need to gather them up. So, could you please make me a? Let's make it athletics. So, Pax, would you be on nuts and Gizmo's on the water, or how do you want to organize this?
I mean, Pax is pretty athletic and acrobatic, so he's very comfortable with climbing up to grab nuts and stuff like that. So
okay, fair. Yeah. Okay. So Pax, go ahead and make me. Gizmo maybe help action and Pax, so give you an advantage on the athletics.
yeah, so I'm going to use the boarding axe again, so +2 on this roll.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a 17. Good. Yeah, I think there's no problem. You gather up. It's still going to take you a while because, well, these trees usually carry one or two. They're fist-sized coconuts, basically. They would look like coconuts without the usual pulp around them, if that makes sense. Right? Yeah. So just the seed, just the nut. But it'll take you. It takes you a good hour of work to try and gather as much as you can. All the while, you're filling the water barrel, sealing in that thing. So, count that under another hour. Astrea, Farron. Farron, I think you're busy butchering up the boar, right? As you open it up, you can see that indeed his insides have gone translucent, literally, right? You can see the insides. As you open it up, some of the organs, mostly the stomach, and the lungs have started to glow almost. So there's this eerie light emanating from the corpse as you open it up. Again, this liquid, as soon as you cut in, sort of seeps out and evaporates and heads, almost like living breath, towards the shore. While you're occupied with this, Astrea, what do you do? What are you doing?
Well, as I said, Astrea has a pretty good, at least basic knowledge of butchering, probably through previous experiences, and survival is something that she's good at, so I guess she's either helping, or if she sees that everything goes well and that her help is not really needed, she would keep an eye out for anything that happens to move around, or for any traces of movement, or things that shouldn't be on the beach. Because she's also still looking around for potential wash, debris that washes up on the beach.
Make me a perception check. Okay. Okay. That's very interesting. Right. So let's move these here. Right. As you're combing the beach, Farron, you can hear Farron sort of grunting with whatever knives or whatever butchering implements he might find, the packing of the whole thing. And yeah, you're looking through, sort of digging through the sand. Maybe you found a piece of flotsam and you almost sort of shifting through the sand with it, right? As you're poking, trying to see. There's a moment where you find yourself a bit more isolated, not too far off, right? Not too far off from Farron. You're still within calling distance, but yeah, just a bit, searching the sand. When you find yourself, there's just that passive perception of yours. There's just that moment where you turn when something leaps out of the water up against you. Something long, spiny, and has been lying in wait for somebody to get close. But we'll see that next time.
Of course we will.
However, we will see this next time with our 4 characters level 2.
Hey!
Oh.
So, yes. Normally you should have 3 different encounters. This one's the 3rd, but I'm giving you the level a bit early because it is convenient.
I like convenient level ups.
Yes, you do, don't you?
Absolutely.
Right, and if any of you wishes to see what you guys will be facing next time. Oh, does that not track? Well.
It's a skinny
Let's
kitty.
see.
Yes, well.
What are we looking at?
Well, you'll see next time. I'll create the handout for it.
Okay.
Delightful.
Okay.
Level 2. So, which means I need to roll some hit points.
No, unless you guys want to do that, but we haven't really discussed it. I have a tendency of just taking the medium, but that is. You know what? Let's take a little 5-minute break to sort of breathe, and we'll do the after credits. How does that sound? Okay.
Sure. 5
So,
minutes, sounds
folks, if you're watching, if you're just following along for the story, you're welcome. You're welcome to move on to the next episode. If you want to know our thoughts so far about what's been happening, stick around. Sometimes there are things that are interesting, and we'll talk about the level ups as well. And well, there's not much to do for level 2, anyways. See you next time. And we're back. So, in the meantime, some of you have already... Is everybody leveled up first?
I'm still picking my choices.
Yeah, same here. Like this.
I have too much stuff to look through.
Okay. So, second session. How's it going? Are you feeling your characters? First couple of combats?
Yeah.
Well,
I think.
I'm not gonna count the boar as a combat.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Don't be.
Don't be. By the
I
way,
mean, that-
the captain. So I've got Skrillex in mind. That's not his name.
Carrick was the first. mate.
Carrick, yeah, Carrick. Yes, Carrick. Captain Scarrick because he basically mutinied.
Yeah.
I love the idea that Gizmo was there going, "Why did you do it?" And I'm going, "There's nothing in the book that says anything about it." It just says that the captain died and that he took over, and so I made up the whole mutiny thing.
I assume because pirates, but
Yeah.
also
Plus, no, most likely, if you look at his bill of work, he was most likely for the past 10 years. He's been on 5 different ships and always been the first mate or the second
Never
in command and
promoted,
never first.
Fair.
So
I liked it though. Added a very beautiful little piece of flavor in there. Of in the middle of the chaos of the battle of that treasure hunt, he was alone with just a captain and a scared kobold. So he was like, "Yeah, this is my chance. No one's looking."
pretty much.
Oh, he died in a battle. Oh well.
Exactly.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to say, in 24 years of playing this goddamn game, I've never rolled a double crit and max damage right after. Never.
That's incredible.
Nice.
Yeah.
Level 1, I felt more powerful than some of my level 16 characters.
You know what? Let's definitely. We need. Yeah. I'll screenshot that definitely.
Yeah.
That's something. That's something. You see, you have a great wall behind you. There's not a lot of decoration. I think that should be up there.
There's stuff coming up here because we're still moving in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I do like what you say about you feeling more powerful at level 1 than at level 16 because, like, this was when I saw one of the critical role one-shots, like the EXU Divergence. They had characters starting at level 0 and some of them getting to level 1, and it felt far more epic. And the stakes were so much more intense than with kind of like some level 16, level 20 characters. So I really do think that it helps making the characters feel real and the stakes feeling real.
There's a real intensity in being in a battle as a level 1 because you know you can die.
Yeah, you
in
know
with
you're.
one misfortunate roll.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You're the most fragile you'll be for the entire game at level 1.
And I mean, considering that that fire bolt that he would send was 2d10.
I was doing damage, man. I think we got lucky on the rolls.
Yeah.
Most-
Potentially, it had the power. Is it again? This is the adventure, right? As in, he had a 2d. He had what? +5 to hit. 2d10 damage, 15 AC, and 45 hit points. CR3. And he had those four minions, goons to between you and him. And so, I mean, Pax.
MVP.
Yeah.
I told you I wrote a feral beast.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Wait till I get my subclass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's gonna be fun.
Had a bit of a taste there already.
No, I think there's definitely something of that moment where I'm wondering what are Astrea. I mean, we know Gizmo. Gizmo had stars in his eyes and not by ether poisoning. But I want to know what are Astrea's and Farron's reactions to seeing Pax basically butcher these two guys.
Astrea was the raised eyebrow and
Wow, bloodthirsty. Okay.
I think for Farron was like, well, glad he's on my side, kind of
Fair enough.
that sort of thing. But I think the characters mostly learned in the past 5 years to just roll with the punches and be like, okay, this is what I'm dealing with right now. How do I make this work for me? But the thing is, like, the conversation afterwards, and already the behavior before, like, okay, this is someone who is savage and feral, but who is not without intelligence and doesn't do it without reason. So I think there's enough from Pax's behavior to let me believe that as long as I don't give him any reason to maul me, he's not going to do it. Here's hoping.
Yeah.
I will neither confirm nor deny, because
Uh-huh.
otherwise it wouldn't make it fun. One thing I wanted to mention, something that I absolutely appreciate, is the unspoken tension that we have between the player characters right now. As we're from 3 different factions. We're 4 people from 3 different factions that just blew each other to shit, and we're just trying to survive. And I'm very curious to see what the arrival of the first real clue leading to potentially the treasure is going to do now. Because all of us are here because of this treasure hunt.
Astrea is so terrifyingly pragmatic in some ways, and so over any form of group apartments. So she doesn't feel loyalty to the group she was with. I mean, at most she feels loyalty to her previous shipmates, but she doesn't feel any form of loyalty to her the bigger empire or entity she was a part of. It's so purely coincidental that, I mean, she's good. I don't know about you guys, but Astrea is going to be the first one to say, well, let's get ourselves a ship.
Absolutely. But what we've seen so far is indeed that pragmatism from Astrea. We've seen the self-preservance and self-perseverance from Farron. We've seen Gizmo essentially still riding the emotion of what happened just before he jumped in the water.
Yeah.
And we have Pax, who's basically still looking for his captain, really.
Yeah.
But he's also not aimlessly going to run around on his own when there's other survivors. And now the party is about to get formed. In the coming few episodes, we're going to lay down the foundational bricks of our party, I think.
I mean, you were saying you're looking for your captain, but in that last scene where you turn to Astrea, it looks like you found one. At least one that you can follow for now. The fact that you are the one kind of like to formally acknowledge kind of like the new dynamics in terms of authority. I thought that was interesting, especially given that you were looking for your captain so intensely before that.
In that situation, Pax really acknowledged needing command.
Yeah. It felt like Pax is the, I mean, in a sense, first mate, right? As in, you're the kingmaker.
Yeah.
As in, you already decided, Gizmo. Okay, I accept your loyalty. I accept you as my vassal. Astrea, you have my loyalty. You are my captain now. And Farron, go prepare us a meal. It kind
No,
of
but
felt...
I read you kind of like Pax essentially having that conversation with Farron while carrying the dinghy as and correct me if I'm wrong, but as Pax trying to understand what he was dealing with, because he was like, okay, I know the kind of person, I've met Astreas in my life, and can't say I've met any Gizmos in my life, but I still feel like, but I feel like you didn't quite know what to make of Farron just yet, hence why you asked about if I was lying.
I mean, it was very easy to play off the information and the descriptions you gave in the combat. You clearly stated the confusion when you summoned your own blade. The assault and the slice being exactly the same as the wounds that we saw on the other people, but then dismissed because we didn't find a weapon of the crime. all those things came up, and the timing was perfect because we just went through a battle of people who wanted to kill us, which completely removed any kind of incriminating feeling towards Farron from Pax in that moment. Pax is simple, guys. He's a very combat and battle-oriented guy. He's simple but not dumb, and that was very fun to see you guys experience him the way that I intend him.
By the way, on that, Andreas, are you okay with me describing the effect of your Eldritch Blast as basically a saber slash from your packed weapon?
Yeah,
Okay.
very much so. Because the first Eldritch Blast that I cast it from the hand, and then once I summoned the blade, I figured, I mean, going a little bit Ichigo Kurosaki, kind of like with the
Yeah.
with the blade swipes. No, yeah, I'm very happy with that. But yeah, in terms of his personality and his goals, right now, Farron is playing Survivor. Like, he's, Koh-Lanta, whatever. He's has people that he needs in order to get to see the next day/days. I don't think he sees any reason to betray any of the people here, and like, there's not anything particularly heinous that he's been asked to do. So I think while he might not have any reasons to be loyal to a cause or to the group, he certainly has no reason to betray them as of yet.
Astrea, so I've known you for a while now, my love. This is what, your fourth cleric?
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen any of your clerics go, I can't save him. He's not worth saving. That was a turn.
That was cool, though. It threw me straight down into the immersion. That was very cool.
I mean, none of my clerics have had the background that Astrea has, to be fair.
100%. 100%.
I mean, to that note, that added to Astrea's credibility for Pax turning to her for commands, because at the beach, it's Astrea. She took control. She set everything up. She put up the system, and she got a search party out. So that cold, calculated, rationalistic mind of Astrea is holding the survivors together right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what you need in that kind of situation. It's the sort of like war triage mindset.
The situation
of
dictates a lot too. We don't have the resources to keep someone alive. Astrea herself was badly hurt and injured when that happened. So yeah, it's pure calculating mind of any resources we put into keeping someone that's barely alive is going to cost potentially my life.
Mm.
In all fairness, I was surprised almost by the choice made when Farron tried to stabilize one of them, because he very easily could have not cared. But I figured in terms of internal justifications, well, knowledge, resources, maybe, but also perhaps simply the instinct of, hey, maybe we can save one. But then again, I don't see him as particularly kind of like warm-hearted and lovey-dovey when it comes to life and death either.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Gizmo?
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Pax,
I'm-
go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
No, I actually wanted to highlight something of Gizmo. Like, the actual care to start the combat with shooting off one of my buckles to the enemy, kill him with a full-blown headshot, and at the end of the combat, go through the effort to dig it out of his skull, and use mending to reapply it for a whole minute through roleplay. Thank you, man. Not a fucking thank you. This was an awesome scene I'm not ready to forget anytime soon.
You're very welcome. No, I'm liking the group in general. Like,
I'm actually having a lot of fun as a player, so that's really cool. Like last time, there was already a good feeling, so now it's even better.
Yeah.
I like these little shenanigans with packs. I think starting from next sessions, I will try to find ways to maybe make Gizmo interact with the other guys, because right now there is not a lot going on with the other two. So maybe I will lean more into, well, less into the imprinting from packs and more.
Us
towards the
lizards
others, yeah.
stick together, dude.
Yeah. But overall, though, it's a really really interesting dynamics to have at the table for sure.
Yeah. No, it's I think this is going to be definitely an interesting group going. And I think that one of the things, because we were talking about inspirations, about, are we more a Pirates of the Caribbean? Are we more of a Black Sails or whatnot? I think we'll find Roland flavor. I actually did feel that we were missing one inspiration in there, and that would be Monkey Island.
Right.
Because
right.
I kept imagining, especially when you were looking for, when those roles were going, we're looking for water, we can't find water, we're looking for. I just have that image of Guybrush Threepwood in his little bumper car at the beginning of Monkey Island 3, where he's just writing, maybe some fresh water, and you can see that fresh water barrel float by. Say, might as well wish for that chicken and some grog, and you have the grog barrel with the chicken on top floating. It kind of felt like that, where I'm going, I have this in the book where it's like, the players find this, the characters find this, but I can't give it to them because they're rolling like shit. But yeah, you found.
Deeply sorry about D&D Beyond not being very cooperative. On the dice rolls.
Yeah.
Must be a glitch in the coding. It's not your fault. It's
However,
a glitch.
Roll20 has been very generous to me today.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Hey, at least I didn't down any of you, which is, because
thanks for that heal, Astrea, because I swallowed a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I would not have stayed upright without that full-blown healing word.
I mean, that's what clerics are for. Is it? No, that's just a stereotype.
I would say that's not true. A certain very mainstream cleric everybody loves doesn't really like to heal. Well, that's me cancelled. Thanks, you guys. Have a lovely evening. No, but I do need to dip out, though, guys.
We've come up on time.
Yeah.
So, thank you tonight for my players for this session. And we will certainly continue on and see this, explore more of the mysteries of Shipwreck Reef. And for those watching, if you've been here, if you watched this as it came out, well, welcome on. It's going to be a wild ride. For those joining us later, it's still a wild ride. At least we hope so. Right. So thank you. You know what to do. Help us out. Share this, like this, comment. If you have suggestions or questions you want to ask the players about their characters, put them in, and it might just help them flesh out their backstory, help them and give us ideas for a couple of intro scenes. So, we did Gizmo here. I have no idea whose is going to be next time. So, we'll see then. Okay. Talk to you soon, folks.
Thank you again.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.